Hey guys, Enders here. Welcome back to another video. Right off the bat, thank you guys so much for 16,000 subscribers. You guys have been absolutely popping off on pretty much every single video that I upload. I really enjoy the comments that I read in the videos, and thank you guys so much for just watching and finding my videos entertaining and worth it enough to subscribe to the channel. So, once again, thank you guys so much for that. This video is going to be about the top 5 problems with the game / top 5 things I feel need to be addressed in order to get the game into a acceptable state, a playable state, you know, a satisfactory state, whatever synonym you want to use. And these are just my opinion. You might have a different top 5, but I think the top 5 that I've written down on this list here does kind of encapsulate, in my opinion, what I feel would genuinely really improve the game from a quality of life / enjoyment perspective. So without further ado, let's get right into the video. Remember to like the video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe. Make sure to hit that bell icon so you get notifications when I upload. So right off the bat, I think something that I've seen mentioned throughout the community a ton, and I mentioned this as well a lot on stream, they need to do something about the way this game performs. I cannot tell you how many people come into my streams, comment on my YouTube videos, at me on Twitter, going, Enders, is there anything I can do to make this game run better? Like, I watch your settings videos, it's still not running better. And then, you know, they tell me they have like a 1070 and an i7 7700K. I'm like, dude, the game just runs terrible, you know? And I wish there were further optimizations we could make. I thought I was onto something with a config file with a bunch of CPU commands, but I handed it over to Freethy. If you don't know who Freethy is, I'll link him in the description. He does a bunch of PC optimization videos, and he is a good friend of mine. He knows what he's doing when he's around computer hardware, and he certainly knows how to test it. Handed that CPU config over to him. What I was supposed to do was increase CPU usage, increase the amount of cores and threads the game uses to increase performance. And Freethy got back to me and told me the config does what it's supposed to do and increases CPU cores and usage, but there's no extra FPS gained whatsoever, which simply doesn't make any fucking sense. So the overarching point here is they need to do something to increase the performance of this game. It is heavily detrimenting people from wanting to play. It's not fun getting 40 FPS, and an inconsistent, laggy 40 FPS at that. One of my next biggest problems with the game is they need to figure out what is wrong with this game's mouse input. I don't know if it's mouse input. I don't know if there's a specific setting regarding sensitivity that's bugged. I don't know if it's uniform soldier aiming that's bugged, but all I know is there's something wrong with the way the mouse input is, and it feels terrible. You go play any other game, I'm talking Farming Simulator, fucking Raid Shadow Legends, right? You touch the mouse, it does not feel as bad as the mouse input in Battlefield 2042. And like I said, go play any other game, it is immediately noticeable. And this is a very, very, very bad bug to have in a game because there's really nothing you can do about it, and it's constantly affecting your play, right? Having a game with bad mouse input, like, you can't form confidence. It doesn't feel good to play. You can't be confident in your aim all the time, you know? And it's just a terrible bug to have in the game, and they need to figure out what's wrong with it. I've been trying to do my part and trying to, you know, test things and try to figure out stuff. Beyerdynamic has been trying to do his part. He's made a bunch of videos trying to fix it, or band-aid fixes, right? And Beyerdynamic has found substantial things that is kind of, like I said, a band-aid fix. It doesn't fix it, it just makes it a little better, but unfortunately it's up to them to fix it. Another massive thing is they need to start adding some quote-unquote legacy features to the game. Now, I'm throwing that term out the window now. It's not a legacy feature, it's an expected feature that you've had in multiple Battlefield games for literal years now. And the features I'm talking about, namely, are they need to add mini-map resizing back into the game. They need to improve the UI customization, such as ADS opacity sliders, to reduce screen clutter when you're trying to aim at people. I don't know about you, but in this game, when someone, say, marks someone for me to look at, right? Say I'm playing with people. Oh, there's a guy over here. Boom, mark. I go to ADS, the mark is covering the guy. The flag is covering the guy. You know what I mean? They need to add ADS opacity sliders into the game to make the game just more enjoyable for everybody. And there's no excuse as to why these settings are not in this game, considering they were in Battlefield 4, Battlefield 1, Battlefield Hardline, and Battlefield 5. So get your shit together, okay? Now, changing the topic a little bit to game modes, another gigantic community opinion which is heavily agreed upon is they need to add more base game modes. I can't tell you how many people that come into my Twitch chat when I'm streaming, and it's their first time ever in my chat, right? I see that message. I get told as the broadcaster, first time chat, and what do they ask me? Is there TDM in this game? Is Rush a base game mode? Can I queue into Rush with my friends in the base game? Like, that's what they ask me, and I have to tell them, no, it's not in the base game. So, if DICE was smart, there is actually a very, very, very simple step that is so obvious to you that some of you might even know what I'm talking about. Make Rush right now. Make Rush a base game mode right now. It's a limited time portal game mode, but all you have to do is just make it a permanent queuable base game type, and that would make a lot of people, including myself, pretty happy. But honestly, it should already be a base game type. So I don't know. I don't really feel like giving much credit for something that should already be. And the same goes for Team Deathmatch. I mean, the bottom line is this is an FPS game, right? And FPS games have Team Deathmatch in them. It's the simplest and most universal FPS game mode there is. And there's really no excuse to not have it. Especially considering people sometimes just want to jump on the game, play 1 or 2 games, they just want to jump on and frag, and then get off. And I think TDM is the absolutely perfect game type for that. And last but not least, they need to make overall improvements to just the smoothness, the fluidity of actions in this game. They need to make improvements to how it feels to switch between things, right? Like, you ever throw a grenade in this game and then try to switch back to, like, your secondary or, like, your primary weapon? It takes an eternity. It feels so bad. They need to make overall improvements to just the basic fluidity of the game. The actions feel so clunky and sluggish to do. And as far as, like, other things that they need to really smooth out, I don't know about you, but in close quarter fights in this game, it really feels like when you strafe left or right, it's very, very choppy and laggy sometimes. And the responsiveness just isn't where it was in, like, previous Battlefield games, like Battlefield 5 or anything. And I think changes to the overall fluidity of the game, just making sure the game can process the amount of inputs that I'm inputting into the game, and it does it quickly and reliably, and it feels good. I think that would make a gigantic difference, more than people understand it maybe, to the game's overall enjoyability and just feel. And those are my top 5 things that I feel are massive problems / need to be fixed with Battlefield 2042. If you liked the video, hit the like button. Let me know what you think down below in the comment section. If you liked the video, hit the subscribe button. Hit that bell icon for notifications for when I go live. Join the Discord, link is in the description, and follow your boy on Twitter, okay? @EndersFPS. Hey, all I'm saying is I'm smelling a montage soon. And if anybody has been subscribed to the channel for a long time, you know what an Enders montage entails. So I'll leave you guys with that little tidbit of information. Make sure to turn those notifications on. You are not going to want to miss this one. I will see you guys in the next video, and thanks so much for watching.